1975 to 77, the emergency.
I think that was a mistake. Absolutely, that was a mistake. So what was worse for me was actually seeing my father walking towards his death. That was much worse than the death, in fact.
I'm greatly appreciative of the democratic roots that have been built in the country. There was one blot on it. I don't know how you feel about that, 1975 to 77, the emergency. But that was 2 years. It's gone. I'm very curious how you look back and think of that.
I think that was a mistake. Absolutely, that was a mistake. And my grandmother said as such. And there's a fundamental difference between what happened in the emergency, and it was wrong, and what is happening now. The Congress party at no point attempted to capture India's institutional framework. And frankly, the Congress party doesn't even have that capability. Our design doesn't allow us that. Even if we want to do it, we can't do it.
This is your father's assassination. This, for me, of course, it looms big in my head. 1991, May, right? I hope I'm getting that right. You were 20 or 21 years old. I just want to know, 20, yes. How did that affect you? Did you feel like throwing in, or did you feel the resolve that you want to take up the cudgels?
My father was assassinated, and it's violent, and it's sort of painful. But at another level, it's losing a parent. So many people lose parents. For me, at that time, I saw my father fighting forces that were much bigger. And I sort of sensed before my father died that this was not going to end well. So what was worse for me was actually seeing my father walking towards his death. That was much worse than the death, in fact. In fact, when my father died, they told me on the phone, I said, oh yeah, okay, so I know now it's happened. So it was almost a fait accompli that, okay, it had to happen, it's happened now. But the disturbing aspect was watching him fighting these forces and knowing as a son that he's not going to come out of this thing. It shaped me fundamentally. I didn't realize it then. Certain things my father said to me just got sort of stamped in my head. So I remember once my father told me in a conversation that, you must really think about things deeply. And I didn't realize it then, but it stuck. Look, I'll tell you, it was very, very painful for me. But it also gave me many, many gifts that I would never have got. It made me understand violence. It made me understand the other. So I remember, it's a strange thing. I saw my father's killer lying on the beach in Sri Lanka. And I felt very, very bad for him. I just was very upset for him. I was like, I just saw him, that's my father. He's somebody else's father. There's somebody else looking at him right now the same way I looked at my father. Right? So when someone talks violence, I sort of sit quietly and I say, you don't actually understand it. That's why you're so enamored by it. It's never actually struck you. And when it does, you'll have a different view on it. So that type of thing does exist.
Yeah. No,
so overall, it's a positive, I don't know, positive and negative. I mean, when Prabhakaran died, I picked up the phone, I called my sister. And said, Priyanka, this is very strange. She says, what? I said, I'm feeling very bad. Like, I should be feeling happy about this. And I'm just disturbed that why are they humiliating this man like this? What is the reason for humiliating him like this? And my sister says to me, Rahul, I'm feeling exactly the same way. Now, saying that to somebody who hasn't dealt with violence, you won't understand it. You'll be like, good that he's dead. But to me, that doesn't work.